Greetings. Today we bring you another What If, and this one has actually been requested and pleaded for. And since you all been such nice people while I was on my vacation last time, and my day before, today we bring a What If that is older than almost as old as the gods, almost as old as me. Today we bring you what if Deku was trained by Batman? Does he follow Batman's code and pretty much brings peace to the world? Or does he do worse and become something that even the Joker can fear? Only one way to find out is through the blades. So, yeah. As I said, this What If was actually requested a lot. So, yeah, you're going to expect a lot. Now, in this one, you probably already got the What If hint when you saw the picture of the Mr. X. Now, in this one, it's going to be a little bit spiced up. But, before we even get into it, we're going to go over the origin of X. Now, you're all probably thinking in the comments section right now, like right now, who the fuck is X? Well, I'm kind of glad you semi-I'd X. So, and shout out to Marvelous Videos for this. So, you get to learn about an origin of a underrated murderous anti-hero. Yes, anti-hero is a mix between Batman and Wolverine who brands his victims. Ooh, sounds interesting. Let's get a little bit of a higher note and blam. Okay, we're going through the intro right now.
X, the mysterious vigilante, is the perfect anti-hero. There is something inherently appealing about an anti-hero, something that brings such characters closer to the fans. We probably love to watch their vulnerabilities and flaws, and somewhere it makes them more relatable. Speaking of dark anti-hero characters, let us jump into the grim cabinets of Dark Horse Comics and seek out a rather underrated character, X, the nameless vigilante. He is one such character who can easily be misunderstood because, despite being a superhero, he is not the kind that we are used to seeing. His victims fear him just as they fear death. He takes down the corrupt, and there is a hint of madness in his methods, a reflection of his haunting past. He can also be considered to be some kind of Batman variant, but surely not with the same moral codes. Let us dive into the video and experience the wrath of X, the vigilante, and the role that governs him. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. The tragic and dark origin. Before getting into the story, let us talk about the Vortex. The Vortex was created near Cinnabar Flats, a region of Nevada. It was formed due to an atomic explosion that accidentally destroyed an underground alien machine in 1947. This produces a black hole-like formation that releases unknown and unexplained energies that trigger unexpected mutations in the people who come too close to it. A number of military personnel were involved in the investigation of the Vortex. But due to the exposure, many of them were significantly changed in unusual ways. One such case was of a military general who had just had his arm infected. So, in order to save himself, he got it removed for scientists to study the effects of the Vortex in that arm. It turns out that one scientist, whose name we do not know, was able to figure out the mutation of the blood worked in that arm. So obviously, he stole it. When the military came looking for him in his house, he injected the blood into his son's arm. They torched the place, and both the scientist and his son were assumed dead by the military. And that was when the most interesting thing happened. The boy somehow healed from the damage and survived, even though he was covered in scars and burn marks. The kid then ended up wandering the streets of the city of Arcadia. He realized he had partial amnesia. Sure, he remembered all of the knowledge that his education and personal experience had provided him, but the actual facts of his personal life were now forgotten. Who he was, where he came from, and even how did he end up where he is now. He had no answers, nor could he ask anybody. The only things he had were his clothes and a wooden cube with the letter X on it. So, as a result, he spent most of his childhood as a state ward and was given the name John Smith 24. It's as if he consciously had to build a new life, knowing that he must have had a past, but having no means to figure it out. As John Smith got older, he found it more difficult to manage and suppress his aggressive violent urges, which prompted him to see a psychiatrist. But the two became pretty close over time, and it led to a love affair between the doctor and her patient. However, happiness does not come that easily, right? It turns out the doctor was actually in a relationship with a mob boss named Carmine Tango. Afraid that Tango would harm John if he found out about her affair, she rejected him as harshly as a person possibly could. This definitely caused some serious emotional and psychological trauma for John. As a result, when he found out the actual reason for the rejection, John broke into Tango's house. But given that he is a mob boss, rather than being offended, he was impressed by John's audacity and killer instincts. He saw potential in the kid and thought that he would most definitely come in handy for him, so he recruited John. Soon after, John became Tango's most trusted ally, and he even gave him the nickname Johnny. He climbed the ladder of the crime scene along with Tango, who soon became Arcadia's top crime lord, and John his top lieutenant. Now, Tango is a person who greatly believes in astrology. He discovered a prophecy that said keeping Johnny alive would result in his own death. This left Tango in quite a dilemma, but he was still forced to instruct his top enforcer, Coffin, to murder Johnny. The ruthless Coffin slashed up his face and smashed one of his eyes before throwing Johnny off the bridge into the bay. But remember how he was able to survive the fire that destroyed his house as a child? Well, Tango had no idea that Johnny's healing abilities would once again save his life. Only this time he came back from the dead as a serial killer named X. And the purpose of his new life was to target criminals and corrupt politicians in order to achieve his goal of taking over Arcadia for himself. Tango's betrayal deeply affected him, and he no longer wished to be an ally of the criminal. And this is how the journey of X becoming a vigilante anti-hero begins. The first comic book appearance. X made his first comic book appearance as a part of the Dark Horse Comics 1990s line of comics' greatest worlds. His character debuted in Dark Horse Comics Volume 1, Issue number 8, with a cover date of February 1994, and he was created by Mike Richardson, the founder of Dark Horse Comics, and Chris Warner. The issue begins at a newspaper building in Arcadia. A furious man named Sour storms into the building with his bodyguards. He questions the editor, Leon, about a red cross marked on his picture in the newspaper under the headline, "Sour cleared on all counts." It probably has to be some kind of printing mistake, so they go to the pressman named Lloyd, who is equally surprised to see the mark. The poor guy is unable to say anything, especially when Sour starts threatening him. Just then, the lights in the room go off, and we see X for the first time. Although not his face, since it is covered up with a mask, except his right eye, which is visible. He shoots Sour's bodyguards, and then looks Sour in the eye and then kills him with a single shot to the head. Although Sour's crimes are quite unclear, assuming that X only ever kills criminals and people who defy his rules, I would say he must have done something pretty nasty to get on the bad side of the vigilante. The next day, a lawyer named Larry Briggs, who has gotten himself into the political business, is seen in his limousine. He is discussing Sour's assassination when he notices the same red cross on his picture on a billboard that says Briggs for Senate. As it turns out, X had also killed a guy named Johnson before Sour in quite the same fashion. Naturally, Briggs is terrified by this discovery. He then goes to his law office on the top floor and restricts anyone from coming there. He contacts Tom Anderson, the police commissioner of Arcadia, to tell him about the X situation. While this is happening, X is silently keeping an eye on Larry Briggs from the rooftop of the opposite building. It is later discovered in the next two issues that X holds on to his pattern of killing and does not like it when someone meddles with this part of town. That is precisely what eventually gets Larry Briggs killed by him. X 2013 relaunch. After the character's own self-titled series ended with the issue number 25 in 1996, Dark Horse relaunched X with the issue number 0 in April 2013. This time, the creative team consists of Dwayne Swierczynski and Eric Wynn. Dwayne and Eric's take on X does not carry forward the wrath of the original Vigilante. However, along with that, this relaunch also demonstrates much more brutality from X, and we get to see him in a corruption battle. In issue number 0, we see 3 crime lords who've worked together. They are known as the Pigs and have just received photographs with the red X on them as a warning from the X-Killer. At this point, X is just known as the mysterious, ruthless killer in the mask. So one of the guys named Duroc plans to deceive X by sending his look-alike out on the streets. X catches them, but to his surprise, they have sharpshooters surrounding the place. They land critical hits on X, leaving him injured and forcing him to escape. But it is not long before X discovers the location of the real criminal, and he is all the more willing to torture Duroc. He cuts off one of his arms and allows him to go to the place where all the other criminals are. X does this so that Duroc can lead him to them. Upon arriving, X slaughters a lot of them, killing each and every criminal in that warehouse. But Duroc and X's second target, Hereford, both try to escape in their armor-plated car. X was not going to let them go that easily. So he proposes a deal. He asks them to give him what he wants and he will kill them instantly, or they can choose to die painfully. Well, X is clearly not one who shows mercy. When they start giving X a hard time, he blows them up with a prick attack so that their bodies are covered in nails. Yeah, that's how brutal he is. They finally give X the information he wants, which is the location of their third partner. Pytrain has locked himself up inside a supposedly impenetrable panic room, but X does not back down, even after being drenched with acid or slashed by several knives. He manages to break through the panic room with nothing but a postage stamp and kills the last pig. It is quite evident that X is not exactly the typical superhero. In fact, he is known for being the psychotic killer who literally everyone fears, even the cops of the town. Well, it's not like he goes on a rampage and murders innocent people, but over time he has instilled such fear among the people that if they were to disobey the rules that he has set, they would certainly meet their death sooner than they would like. His rulebook is rather simple to follow. That is, of course, if you are not a freak who is actually looking for some trouble like the Three Pigs. The rule of X describes X's method of operation. It basically means that anyone who violates X's rule in Arcadia by committing crimes would be punished. Anything that causes severe harm to another person is a violation of the rule of X. And like most serial killers, even X has a signature of his own, a system he uses for all his killings. Those who incite X's wrath are initially marked with a red slash across their face, which represents the first half of an X. The mark is usually drawn on a picture or billboard showing the person whom X has targeted, similar to the ones we encountered in his first comic appearance. Since this mark is likely an early warning before the arrival of the storm, the target can still gather their things and escape from Arcadia as quickly as they can. But should the target choose to ignore the warning and continue to defy X's rule, X completes the slash that has now become a red cross mark and the other shoe drops. The criminal can no longer escape X, and he kills the culprit with whatever form of torment and violence he sees fit. What makes him such an effective superhero? X is an exceptional fighter. He is highly skilled in hand-to-hand combat. Even his strength, agility, and reflexes are perfected to peak human levels. Since X is known for marking his targets, what helps him the most is his extraordinary intelligence about the criminals as well as his investigation skills. All the time he spent working under Carmine Tango certainly paid off. However, the factor that makes him an even more effective superhero is his regenerative ability. He can still be wounded, but his magical regenerative ability allows him to heal eventually. It's as if his blood has a memory of its own, and the next time he suffers a similar injury, he is able to recover faster. He might not remember how he got his powers because of his amnesia, but indirectly, the Vortex is responsible for it, even his father, since he was the one who injected the mutated blood into his body. Of course, his regenerative ability is no match for Wolverine's, but it still helps him stay alive and deal with severe wounds. X's purpose for all of his life has been to create a kind of order in the city of Arcadia. He probably felt some sort of order when he was a part of Tango's mob team, but his betrayal pushed him towards madness. So he built a path of uncanny violence in order to achieve what he considered peace for the city. His methods are pretty unconventional, but he still manages to save people from unending corruption and dangers that come along with it. Well guys, that's all for today. We have come to the end of another origin video with Marvelous Videos. We hope you enjoyed watching it as much as we enjoyed making it for you. Make sure to drop a like and hit that subscribe button on your...
Yeah! That's X. And that was X's origin story. But in this one, he still has that. He still has the Vortex. Izuku still has the Vortex. He still has all that. And he still has that type of past. But in this one, we are replacing the mob with Batman. So with Batman is the one who trained him, but he didn't betray him. In this one, he thinks Batman's methods are not brutal enough. Well, they think they deserve more brutality, more pain, more suffering. That's what he's thinking. That's what Izuku's thinking. But even to Jason Todd, even Red Hood thought that Izuku's morals were a little bit too brutal. Well, even though he told that Jason has no right to judge him because he's no better than him. You tried to control the Mafia. I try to make sure they're on a leash. And everyone got into argument with him, but he did not care. So he left the Bat family, obviously seeing that they do not welcome his methods, so he does not care for them. So in this one, Izuku's actually a little bit of an emotionless bastard in this one. And not remembering his past, and nor is he remembering his family. So when Izuku actually got away from it, we actually changed the location. In this one, Izuku is not in Japan, but he's still in Gotham. But he's on the other side of Gotham. His territory is the one that isn't either Robins, Red Hoods, or all the others. You know? So when Izuku Midoriya actually comes around, Batman does not know. He doesn't do his X thing yet. He mostly does his X thing on targets. And he'll actually start doing that later once he gets to Japan. So, including Batman, we actually start off with Izuku actually hunting down the Riddler. And Riddler has his gangs and all that. And he did the same thing like he did to the pigs with the nail thing, where he blew them up and they were full of nails. So now we start with Izuku. Now tell me where Two-Face is hiding. Bane, he's hiding in the Coliseum, about to rob the bank. Are you going to help me? That's a Batman thing. I'm X. I don't help people. You want help? Help yourself. And he starts walking away. This is when he hears, wow, that's brutal, even for you. You can either stop me or get the Riddler to a hospital, Nightwing. Your choice. And he starts walking away. This is when Nightwing just starts helping Riddler. He tries to use the thing to call Batman, but this is when he says, "Don't even try. I already jammed the system. You won't be able to tell Batman. Damn it." And he starts getting out. And this is when Izuku managed to get to the academy, the location that Two-Face is at. And everyone, this is the first time he actually shows an X on everything. Even the GCPD started noticing the X. So this is now when we get to Two-Face. So, X is after me now, huh? I guess that makes sense. How's Riddler? Boss, you might want to see this. This is when he sees the pictures of what X did, aka Izuku, did to Riddler, with the nails inside of him. And it ain't those tiny nails. It's one of those. Actually, no, it is one of those tiny nails, like one of those bobby nails. Nails, oof. You know, the kind you can. I would be a dick and say it was staplers, but I think the little tiny nails, like the kind you can easily push it. You get what I mean? They're nails. You can imagine any nails you want, but I'm saying they're the tiny ones. The kind that is not that easy to remove. Jesus. I thought Batman was brutal. And this is when Izuku just turns off the lights. What the hell? No? Huh? What was that? Batman? I hope that's you. Oh no. Batman ain't saving you, Red Two-Face. your sins will be punished. Huh. Where are you, Azrael? No, Azrael will just kill you. I need something from you. Oh, so all I'm gonna do is torture you until you give it to me. Torture? You seen what I did to Riddler. Imagine the things I will do to you. Riddler only toyed with people, or gave them trauma and mental madness. You left many children orphaned. So, I'll make you a deal. Tell me what I know, and I'll make your death quick. Don't, and you will die horribly and painfully. Can I flip a coin? I'll flip it for you. This is when they just hear a coin flip. Heads, you tell me everything, and also, I kill you quick. Tails, you can refuse, and you die. I really hoped it hit heads. Should have hit heads. And this one they just start shooting randomly, but this one Izuku grabs a, what's a good weapon? I'm gonna say a bow, and he starts shooting the men in the throat, in the head or in the throat. Well, taking them out one by one. And mind you, Izuku's wearing a night vision goggle on his one good eye. Now, when Izuku actually shot down the next one, and pretty much took him out, this is when Two-Face actually finds a flashlight. And he just sees all his men dead. And with arrows in their heads or throats. This is when he turns around to see EX right in front of him. Two-Face tries to shoot at him, but pretty much Izuku grabs his gun and just whacks him with the blunt side of the gun on the kneecap. Ah! This is when Two-Face falls on the ground. Damn it! This is when Two-Face hold his hand out like, wait. But this is when Izuku shoots it. Mind you, he used the double. This is when Izuku realized Two-Face uses a Desert Eagle, and he just shoots the guy's hand. And now the hand is split in two, with the middle finger split all the way down to the hand. Izuku looks at the gun. I'm keeping your gun after this. You know that, right? Sure. Take it with you, I guess. Now tell me. What? Where is the Joker? What are you talking about? Don't play dumb. The Joker asked you to near one of your boats to an unknown location. Where did he go? He went to Japan. Something about causing mayhem there, saying that Gotham got a little bit too pretty for his taste. Now, can I go? Didn't I say I was gonna kill you brutally before you let go? Pray to your God. This is when he holds out a skinning knife, because he will not listen to you. So you better hope that any god you worship, Anubis, any god, the kaijus, you better hope they hear your prayers and hope you die from the shock. And all you hear from now is the skinning of the first thing you hear is the nails and the toenails just being ripped off by tweezers, and the skin being peeled off. Two-Face screaming in agony, flesh by flesh being torn off, teeth being ripped out, eyes being plucked out by the knife, hair being ripped off and scalped out, and dick being peeled off and cut off, and balls being cut off, and pretty much Izuku gets down to the last flesh and disappears. Just in time, too, because as the GCPD bursts in, and they just see Two-Face and his goons, or what's left of Two-Face, and Batman just walks in. And he just sees the brutality on Two-Face. And this is when they go near him, and all they hear is, "Kill me. Jesus, he's alive. Kill me. Have mercy. Kill me." With Batman, who sees Cross. And Izuku and Batman just have a look. And this is when Izuku starts walking off. But before Izuku can even run off, this is when a Batarang tries to hit Izuku, but he just deflects it. And with the same knife that's covered in blood. "You should have stayed out of this. I'm leaving Japan, so you should be grateful." Grateful? That's not how we do things. How was I any better? My methods just take it a little bit more extreme. You literally give people brain damage. How is that any better? This is when Damien actually says he's got a point. Don't encourage him. Him? What? I'm just saying, we technically give people brain damage, so technically we're no better. Technically we are way no better than him. You should have brought more people and more skilled fighters. This is when Damien says, "Hey!" I was talking about her. He points at Woman and Batgirl. Oh, he did not. Now scurry off. Isn't it past your bedtimes? Don't know. Isn't it past your ass whooping? Funny. That's the same thing I was going to say to you. So come on then. This is when pretty much they start attacking Izuku, but this is when Izuku is actually dodging them pretty well. Oh, because on this one, Izuku was the very first Robin, and he was training under Batman for a longest time, like learning all of his techniques and gaining his full trust, which broke Batman's heart when he left. So pretty much he immediately managed to kick their asses. As Damien is the one who's actually trying to survive the most because he's using a sword. But when this is when he tries to use a sword, Izuku grabs it and just stabs Damien in the gut. Or stabs Damien in the leg. Hey, that goes through the foot. Ah! You should have stayed out of this, Damien. You have better potential than the rest. You're not soft. Man, I thought... This is when this is when Damien's thinking, man, I thought I had an ego. I thought Batman was the goth lord. I heard that, Pipsqueak. Pip! No, I'm not even going to try. And that's when Izuku, who disappears. Now, Batman has either two choices. Go after Izuku, or help Damien and his allies, aka the Bat Family. Obviously, he chose the Bat Family. And pretty much this is when he managed to sneak on one of the Joker's boats, which Joker's men are pretty much there for. This is when Izuku takes out the skinning knife again. No, this is when he finds a crowbar. He grabs it and pretty much just whacks right on one of the men, and pretty much it just splattered his head open because he didn't use the blunt side, he used the sharp side. And he just impaled it right in one of the Joker goons' eyes. This is when all of them hears him screaming. They're like, "What the hell? What the heck was that? Hey, Bob, check it out." Why do I have to check it out? Well, that was obviously not Batman. Alright. This is when Izuku goes on top. And this is when Izuku drops a knife right on the guy's head. And which causes the guy to be instantly dead. And then he just hear a thwomp. Izuku throws the skinning knife and it hits one guy in the throat, and Izuku throws a kunai right at one random guy. And it hits him multiple body parts. And then the guy just falls in the water. With the boat driver, who is now just a hostage. The joke. This is when he spares one of the goons, though. The goon, who is not dead, who managed to survive by only getting a kunai in the leg. He grabs the guy by the throat. The Joker. Where is he taking? Why is he going to Japan? I don't know. He grabs the guy closer. Losing my patience. Look, I really don't know. Then you're not useful. What are you gonna do to me? Making you wish I killed you. What? This is when he just grabs the net This is when he grabs the hook that holds the nets. Because this is a fishing boat. And he just puts it right, and he manages to impale it right inside the guy's stomach. And mind you, it's on the ribs. And this is when he pretty much just starts ranking it up. And the guy just goes up. You hear the guy screaming in pain and agony. And he's just screaming and screaming and screaming. You can hear the bones cracking, getting the guts spilling out. Izuku just stares at it with his one good eye. And that's when he goes to the captain, who is just shaking and saying, "Please, I don't want to die. Please, don't hurt me." Settle down, civilian. I'm not going to kill you. Oh, then where would you like to go? Where is this ship going? To Japan. Go. Aye, aye, sir. And this one, they just hear the guy continuously screaming. Now, I'm going to say, due to Japan and Gotham being in America, a couple of months have passed. And they managed to get to Japan after a couple of stops, and they even had to throw the corpse out because it was starting to attract seagulls. Those and other infested monsters. When they finally reach Japan, stay safe. Okie dokie. This is when the captain's thinking, man, I don't get paid enough for this shit. Joker hasn't really done any damage at all. He's probably waiting for Batman to get here. A pity for him. And this one he just sees that Japan's crime is way worse than Gotham's. This city is sin. And it needs a monster. Now, this is when he just sees a couple of random corrupted heroes trying to seduce this one. I'm going to say a random guy. I know. I'll try. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of straights. I'm okay with them, but I'm just respecting my homies, okay? Do people even say that anymore? Homie? Comment down below. There's people who still say homie. This is when they pretty much try to seduce him, but this is when Izuku actually finds a machete. He grabs the machete and just impales one guy in the throat, and then he grabs one of the arrows and just impales the other guy. No, he grabs two arrows and impales them both in one guy's eye. I mean, both guys' eyes. And this is when the random civilian is like, "Oh God!" And this one they both flop on the ground. Are you hurt? No, sir. What's your name? It's Ram. I mean, it's Arthur. Arthur Callahan. This one Izuku has a flashback. Hey, leave him alone, Katsuki. You want to die, Deku? No, but I will kick your ass. This one we just, and pretty much we go back to Arthur. You okay? Yeah. Who are you? I'm Izuku. What's yours? Miss, my name is Arthur. Sir, are you alright? Huh? Oh, I'm fine. This one he's about to walk away. Oh, wait! Maybe I can take you to my home. Isn't it a little dangerous to take a random man who just killed 2 people, both to take him to your home? Well, technically you killed them because they tried to rape me, so no. Not one bit. And I mean, wouldn't you do the same thing wouldn't you kill a couple of people if they tried to rape you? Fair point. I can't even be mad at that. Yeah, I can't even be mad at that. Alright, alright, I guess that makes sense. Anyway, thanks for, as I said, you're welcome. And that's when they arrive at his house. I mean, at Arthur's house. Nice place. It's not really, it's just an apartment. And, I was actually heading home from work. Rent's probably due today again, even though I paid yesterday. You did? Yeah. Let me take care of it. You don't have to. I'm fine with it. A good woman like you should not be doing that much payment. Woman? I'm a male! Wait, what? I'm a femboy. Ow! Oh, my apologies. I know, femboys are actually pretty rare. Mostly it's people who are extremely obese. Look, I don't know why gay men don't always stay. I'm starting to wonder why straight men stay so fat and gay men stay so straight. Oh. I did not mean to say that, actually. Whoops. It's the truth. Yes, suck it up, people. The truth hurts. People, seriously, go to a gym. Yeah, I'm not complaining. I'm fat, but damn, I'm not fat enough. I need a wheelchair. Or whatever those scooter things. Sheesh. I'm fluffy. Oh, really? Sorry, hold up. Now, when Izuku pretty much goes downstairs and sees the hotel manager. Are you the one who's pricing Arthur Callahan? Oh, is he being in trouble? I'll beat him up later. No, I'm here for him. Oh, so you have his $3,000. I got a better idea. Oh? With this when Izuku drags him to his office. And they just see a butt-naked handler, and they just see his legs split awoke and it's now just slapped open. Like you can see his pranks. This is when Izuku grabs a drill. Now we're going to play a game. You are going to decrease his payment to $10. This is when he gets a look, and if I don't, this is when he puts a nail on one of his balls, and he starts drilling into it. The guy is now just screaming in pain, and him moving ain't helping. And he just starts drilling it in, blood starts gushing out of the... God! I feel like I got drilled by it. Oh, give me a minute. Ooh, I need coffee. Give me a minute. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Okay, if you all drink coffee, comment down below what type of cream you use it. But if you don't use cream, I'm okay with that. Mine would have to be caramel. I don't know why. I like caramel. Now, what we're like, oh yes, the apartment manager getting his balls drilled in. Now, when Izuku got done torturing the poor bastard, this is when he gives in and nods. That's good. And this when he just yanks the drill out with the ball attached. You're gonna have to go to the hospital. Oh. This is when he just cuts the guy loose, and and the poor guy just gets his clothes on and just starts wobbling to the hospital. This is when Izuku comes back. And he just sees Arthur Callahan. And who is now just making breakfast? Oh, hi, morning. Morning. But it's... And this is when Izuku looks outside. It's nighttime, though. Oh, in Japan, it's summer. I mean, it's winter. The nights are long. The nights are shorter. I mean, the nights are longer. Gotcha. So tell me something. Why is Japan's crime rate worse than Gotham? Oh, then you haven't heard. Heard what? Wait, you haven't actually heard? It's because of the war. War? What war? The war between the heroes and the villains? It's gotten so bad that the war people had to put protection on each other. Just to get by. So, what I'm saying here is, the heroes have lost their ways, and the normal people all have not. Only the Quarks, they've been forced to be heroes or villains. Quarkless can't choose a side. Oh. Really? Mm-hmm. My brother, All Might, joined UA, but he used to be a sweet kid. Wanted to be a baker, but when all this happened, he said he was doing it for me, but he covers his mouth, about to tear up. I saw through it. I lost a brother I cared for. I see. Well,
it would appear that I'm going to have to show them the new meaning of beer.
What do you mean?
If they want monsters, I'm going to give them a monster. Because you can't treat a monster poorly. Japan is only the root of the crime. I'm corruption. Gotham has been at it for years. This is just the beginning. By the way, has any new villain came around named Joker? No, there has actually not been any. I don't think there's ever have any. I don't think so. I don't think there's anyone named Joker. Alright. I guess it's time to do this, huh? What are you doing? Mind if I make this place the base of my operation? Sure, I mean, truthfully, no one's gonna expect a quarkless person to have the base of a quark person to do this. Thank you. No problem. Now, what's the most common place for quarkless to be attacked? That'd be around this part of town. No, that's mostly people just being raped. They're the lucky ones. Lucky ones? Mostly, Japan would have worse crimes. Child murder, pedophiles. They're just the lucky ones. The ones who aren't lucky, we don't see again. I was almost the unlucky ones until you took them on. This is when Izuku just looks at the world in anger now. I will be right back. Can you make some coffee for me? Oh, sure. This is when Izuku just pretty much goes out the window. Stay safe. I hope. With Izuku, who is now dashing through Japan and building the building, and this is when he comes across as a random hero and villain fighting each other. They're over a quirkless little boy who is completely naked. This just enrages Izuku. But he has no weapons except Two-Face's pistol that he kept. So he shoots both the villain and the hero in the knee. And this is when he grabs a baseball bat that is randomly there. Ah, frick! Ah. Who are you? Your worst nightmare. The heroes or the villains? Both. You can call me X. And this is when he just starts completely busting up the bones of both the hero and the villain. Then you hear the bones snapping, the flesh being torn off by the bones, the jaws busting, the teeth flying. This is when the bat breaks on the impact of a hero, aka the wounded hero, and this is when he just nails the bat into the hero's stomach, and this is when he just walks towards the villain. The villain is trying his very best to scurry off, but the bones that are sticking out of his arms and fingers is not really helping. In fact, it's making it worse so he couldn't move. The pain is too intense for him to go fast. That's crawling. This one, Izuku just turns him to his back, and he just starts brutally beating up the villain. And to the point where his face is not even unrecognizable. This one he grabs some this one he also sees some barbed wire and takes it with him. This one he helps the kid up, and puts his cape right around the poor boy and takes him to an orphanage. This one he knocks on it. Hello. Oh. This one he just sees a hero. Oh, claimed another pedophile, I see. I am nothing like them, madam. This one she sees the bloody knuckle. I can see that. Those are hero. I'm taking a guess that's villain or hero blood? It's both. Her eyes open wide in shock. Oh. Come in. It's good to see that some heroes don't. May I ask your name? You can call me X. And I'm here to bring fear to the heart of the hero and villain society. A noble goal indeed. I pray to God that your quest is done. I pray to God that your quest will be fulfilled. And I pray that this church does not get burned. I pray so too every night. Night and day. Good day, mother. Good day, child. And this one he just starts walking off. And this one Izuku sees a gun store and he walks in it. Ah, a villain. What do you need? I need all your guns. This one he just sees a child. Okay, that will be... He points the gun and he just shoots the guy in the head. This one he walks in to see a beat up mom and a beat up child. There's a priest in Gotham, in Japan. Do you know where she is? Yeah. Go. Tell her that X has sent you. Thank you, Mr. X. Thank you. With Batman, and who is just drinking away. Bruce has been like this for literally the past 3 weeks. Bruce has been like this for months. Can you blame him? Something we all expected that Izuku had his problems, but to the point of skinning someone alive and leaving them like that? Dang. Some people deserve death, but no one deserves that. That's something coming from you. Ooh, Damien. Oh, shut up. We're just gonna have to find him. How? Did you forget they interrogated him, well, asked Two-Face while he was still in his deathbed? Literally, they asked him, and before he even tells them, he passes away. So we got no leads, nada, none. We are boned, literally. There is no way we're able to find the guy. You lost all faith, don't you? Izuku is one of the first Robins. I highly doubt he'll leave his tracks that easily. We're just gonna have to find them. I freaking hate it when you're right. I do too. I do too. Back with Izuku, who's now bringing all the guns into Arthur Callahan's home. That's a lot of guns. Where did you get those? Killing a corrupted. Another corrupt. And taking his guns. Ah. Do you know how to wield a pistol? I can't. I don't do violence. But you can defend yourself. I mean, you don't have to use it. If you're not comfortable with it, then take this. He holds out a knife. Why is it so bloody? Ah. This is when he starts washing off the knife. That better? A little bit. Hey, you have a phobia of guns. Around here, it's a common fear. Mostly it's hero or villain obvious. Fear of villains or heroes. Yeah. Are you going to get some sleep? I never sleep. Uh-huh. Really, I don't. I haven't slept since I was 6. 6 years old? Do you remember your past? It's vague. I don't remember anything. I see. All I remember is my name. And what's your name? Izuku. Izuku? Yes, that's the only name I remember. And trust me, I have checked. I've tried. I'd looking. But I could not find my past. So, you're telling me you tried to look for your past, but you couldn't. Correct. That must have been hard. It was. But, if they don't want me to find my past, there's no point in me looking for it. Besides, it doesn't matter now. The past is done. The only thing that my goal is now is to cleanse Japan from its corruption and cleanse it to people. And this is when Izuku starts walking out. Thanks for the coffee. Oh, no problem. Stay safe, okay? Don't have to tell me twice. Mostly quirkless people like me just try our very best to stay home. I can see why. But still, stay safe. Thanks. You're welcome. This is when Izuku just walks out. What a nice man. This is when Izuku walks out. This is when Izuku strikes the afternoon. Now everyone's thinking he's gonna go into war, but really, this is when he just grabs a rifle and aims at one of the random villains and heroes, and he just starts sniping them down. This is when one of the heroes saying, "You damn villains! You brought a snipe!" And this is when this is when Izuku shoots that one hero in the throat. What the heck? Get down! Everyone starts running around or flying up, and Izuku shoots down the ones that flies. This is when everyone managed to get out of the way and get out of his range. This is when one of the heroes say, "What the frick was that?" It's like someone is aiming. There's a villain? Is there a person taking out both the sides? Do they have a death wish? The people need the hero society. This is when Izuku pretty much this is when they just hear, no they don't. They don't need the hero or villain society. They need true hope. And this when they see Izuku right behind them. Who the hell are you? I am X. Pfft, that's a dumb name. This is when he grabs Izuku, uses the barbed wire, wrap it around the guy's throat, and pretty much just pulls it so hard, or it twists the guy's neck. The guy's neck counterclockwise. And the guy just falls to the ground. Jesus! He needs to look at the other hero. Oh. This is when one of the villains just tried to attack Izuku, but it didn't end well. No, he tries to take him out, but Izuku grabs him. And he just literally just starts bleeding his eyes out. This is when pretty much the guy just falls to the ground, just screaming at the top of his lungs. You should have thought of that before attacking me. This is when pretty much once he comes across the other villain. The other villain tries to attack him, but Izuku who pops up and pretty much just destroys him. This is when pretty much the hero and the last villain, by the way, there's another hero, but he spared him. And this is when he just drags the other villain and shows him. What do you want? I want you to tell your sides, to pray and hide, 'cause I am hunting for you all. I will hunt you all down, and then I'm going to kill you all. This is when they do what they're told, and then just start running off. This is when Izuku is now just sitting down, horrified. This is when heroes and the villains hear about this mysterious X. Now, pretty much, this is when a couple of months has passed, and Izuku Midoriya has managed to actually take down the hero and villain sides to a good 45%. And that's with his brutality. And pretty much, Arthur has actually become his hacker. This is when Izuku just pretty much starts walking forward. Now, a couple of months has passed, and Izuku has pretty much been known as the X. And people have noticed that every time their name or their picture has an X on it, they're next. Now, with Izuku, who is now walking into Arthur's home. Hey, hello. Has the manager gave you any trouble? Nope. Ever since you pop up, all the rent money has been decreased. Now no one has to pay money higher than $10. Huh. Good. Anything you got for me? Yeah, there's a field trip about the hero and the hero villain, called a hero called USJ. USJ? It's a school that allows people to pretty much go to pretty much, well,
train to find out what they do. So what I'm hearing is it's training for both heroes. Mostly, yeah. And the reason I'm telling you this, there's gonna be a villain attack, and the priest's mother is gonna be there. They're to take her children there. Both the heroes and villains are gonna try to take them. Them for, well, increased breeding due to your trip you pulled. Not on my watch. Thank you. No problem. This is when he checks some safety in the shadows. Now, this is when the heroes pop up and they say, "Hello, Mother. All Might. You have the nerve to come near me, to my children, after what you did? Now, come on, don't make this hard. We just want the children. We're bored. Over my dead body." This is when All Might tries to use a Detroit Smash, but this is when an explosive arrow hits All Might in the arm and makes it explode. Chunks of flesh fly everywhere. All Might screaming at the top of his lungs, and now his legs is on the ground. This is when pretty much the villains pop up, and they just see All Might with a missing arm. What the? This is when Izuku shoots a crossbow bolt that has a C4 on it, and pretty much makes the villains explode. Oh, and he just jumps down. And everyone just sees the quirkless hero, X. So you're the X, the one who's been troubling the heroes. And you are the pedophiles that tried to rape and murder innocents for your so-called pathetic excuse of a war. Smart talk for a villain. How am I a villain if I'm defending the people that need it? You're just using them for breeding, that is all. So tell me something, All Might. Who's the true villain? Me, or the one that's pretty much trying to rape them? Surely the Hero Society would reject this if they weren't as corrupted as you. Is this what your ancestral heroes would want? You to fall so low? Even Gotham has more honor than you. And they have the Joker. So you're one of Batman's sidekicks, aren't you? That dead of a giveaway? I bet Batman must be real pleased about you being a stone cold killer. And yet I still protect the people more than you, and they call for my aid. So I only see one villain. I only see villains trying to act like gods. So I'm gonna do them a favor and kill you all. So no quirkless child will ever have to fear the dark ever again. As they would say, my songs know what you did in the dark. That's from and this is when a kunai hits All Might right in the left eye. Doesn't kill him, but it hits him. Izuku's about to shoot All Might, but this is what... And one of the villains try to attack him, but he uses the bullet and shoots the guy in the head. And this is when heroes and villains attack him by both sides, and this is when Izuku just grabs two dual swords and just hacking and slashing his way through the villains and heroes. Some of them had harding quirks, but that's when he improvised and just chunks a grenade into their mouth. Oh, and pretty much he just starts going full on frickin' Samurai Jack on their asses.
hacking and slashing, decapitating and amputating. And hell, he's actually going full on Witcher on them. No, Witcher Samurai Jack. That's how he's doing it. And this is when he just hacking and pretty much decapitate. After literally 45 hours of hacking through the heroes and villains, this is when Izuku is pretty much facing the two last heroes and villains, and they charge at Izuku, but this is when he just cleaves them in half. He stands upon the corpses of piles of people, and he just stares at them. He stares at All Might and the last known villain, Shigaraki. He stares at them. This is when he pulls out two machine guns and starts rapidly firing at the both of them. All Might managed to escape with his life, but the random villain was killed. Alright. Ooh, pause break. Alright, I'm back. Now, when they managed to actually... This is when Izuku just walked off. He is tired as heck. And his costume is pretty much worn off. It's pretty much been run off. Well, worn off. It's pretty much been tethered for a while. This is when Izuku is pretty much now walking back into Arthur's home apartment. Ugh. Izuku, is that, this is when Arthur just sees him and tears up, because he sees the green hair. Midoriya? As soon as Izuku, he pretty much just falls asleep. This is when he has his full-on memory. Hey, Mom? Yes, Izuku. Is it possible to be a hero without a quirk? Well, not like, All Might. Oh, you mean the bad man. Oh, don't say that. Your father's not a bad man. He's just hard at work. Mom, he hurts you. It's tough love. Don't hide emotions, Mom. Lying's bad. I know. Oh. And then pretty much this is when you already know where this is going. This is when Izuku wakes up. And he just sees Cass? This is when he just sees himself on a bed. It's obviously Arthur's. And this is when he sees his full costume off, and he's in shock. Don't try to look for your costume. I'm actually fixing it right now. This is when Izuku sees Arthur, and his eyes are red. What happened? Did you get maced? What? No, I was crying. Why didn't you tell me you were Izuku Midoriya? This is when he gives him the serious look. I didn't remember. I truly didn't. I really am telling the truth. But now all my memories, they're hitting me like a truck. So you just got your memories back. How? When you said Midoriya. You know, I was worried about you. I thought you were dead. I prayed to the gods that you're in heaven or something. I prayed that you didn't go through this. I hope that you didn't see Japan like this, but now I'm seeing it for where it truly am. It's not your fault. It's like this. It's the society. suppose that makes sense. So, what were you doing over the past years? I haven't seen you in literally 10 years. Actually, scratch that. I haven't seen you in 20. We haven't been... You get... I know. I was being trained by Batman. I was 10 when I met him. That's when you and your mother moved out. When the war started, we wanted to take you with us, but there was no time. They lived on the other side of Japan, on the other side of the docks where the villain territory was. Yup. I can't take it anymore. What? This is when Izuku just kisses him. Arthur's shocked, but he doesn't even resist. All he does is puts his hand on his chest, and they just pretty much embrace. Thanks. Yes, this actually is my first time. I always carried a mace or persuaded them that I was already taken by a villain. I always made tattoos of villain gangs to show, or hero gangs to keep them away. The two you found weren't very convinced. They found out I was actually just some stripping whore. Or that's what they thought, but I know. They kiss again. How did you heal so quickly? What do you mean? You were covered in wounds. I was... Shh. It's okay. Hey. Let's just embrace this moment, okay? This is when Arthur just tears up, but he pretty much just goes back to kissing Izuku. They start stripping. Yada yada yada. Next day. With All Might, we need to find this hero killer and defeat him. Or you could stand down and actually do your job. What's that supposed to... This is when they see a man with an S. Superman? Well, what are you... This is when you've never seen such a pissed off Superman. But who? This is when they see Aizawa right next to him. Aizawa! You damn traitor! No. He didn't betray the hero society. He didn't betray what the word hero means. It's All Might, you are under arrest as for the crimes you committed against Japan. Anything you say can and will be used against you. But what about X? He's a hero and a villain killer. And yet the people call for him. Him for mercy. They begged him for protection more than they begged for protection from you. Get this guy out of my sight. A Academy is no longer a hero school, but an orphanage for the quirkless. Listen, and people who do not wish to fight. Is that a problem, Nezu? I do not see the problem, Superman. Good. Now I gotta find this X guy. And I think I already know where he is. This is when Superman starts flying around, looking left, looking right, and this is when he finds the X's costume. This is when Superman's looking at it and he looks at his costume. Damn, that guy has a lot better fashion sense. And he just starts flying down, but this is when he just sees them banging. Oh, I should wait. Wait, that's a dude? Oh, wow. And Dark's online. Ooh, and my controller's almost dead. Ooh, actually, I should probably charge this. Alright, people. Oh. Thirsty hose! Aha! Come on. I still can't get used to this stupid thing. Come on. There we go. Little shit. Thirsty as hell. Aha! Ooh. This is when All Might just flies back. I mean, this is when Superman flies back. And they just see Wonder Woman taking out All for One, Slash taking out the rest, and pretty much Batman kicking their ass in the butts. Wow. Oh, X really cleaned up the place. He killed a lot of people. Did you find him, Clark? Yeah. And why is he... He's, busy. What do you mean busy? He puts a finger in a hole. Oh. Who's the lucky woman? It ain't no woman. What? It's a boy. It's one of those, femboys? That's the one, Flash. Huh. What does he look like? Superman gives Flash to look like. Really? I mean, what? We got him in. Who has that type of bloody taste? Everyone looks at Flash. Oh, come on. That was a good pun. Hun, not now. Why don't we wait until they get done? Is that really all you're worried about? Well, that depends. What are you gonna do to them? Me? What are we gonna do to them, Clark? We're gonna let them choose a side. Either continue being a vigilante and being hunted down, or stop. Up doing his vigilante thing. What do you think? After Izuku gets done with Arthur, that was incredible. This is when he hears, well, I'm kind of glad that you two are done. This is when Izuku grabs a pistol and starts shooting at the guy. Luckily, Superman was invulnerable, and the bullet just bounces off. Oh, fuck. I have a dick, and I'm not afraid to show it. What? No need. Please keep that dick to yourself and to your boyfriend, please. How long have you spying on us, you pervert? I just flied in. And you two just got done. Just got done? You sick pervert. Wait. I come in peace. Why should we trust a hero? Wait. I recognize that ass. That's Superman. And where were you when where the Corkless were going through hell? We didn't even know. Some hero society. And Batman wonders why I did all those things to villains. I could see that. Well, you can stop doing that now. That's when Izuku points a gun, but luckily, Batman used his batarang and whacks it out. Ow! You bitch. You fucking cunt. Batman just shrugs, like, meh. So, this is awkward. Are we just gonna continue looking at... Are you guys just gonna continue looking at me, my naked boyfriend, or are we just gonna... Right. We're here to make a deal with you. Wait. It's a good deal. We want you to be a teacher. Wait, what? Yes, the teacher at UA. I'm not gonna be a hero, a teacher for some corrupted... Right, let you finish. To the orphans. Huh? Yes, Superman forced Nezu to turn UA into an orphanage. Who's gonna run the streets? You get to choose. He looks around and he looks at Flash. You. Me? Yes, you. You're fast, you're quick, you'll get the job done. Why not Green Lantern or Batman? Batman's soft on some things. Superman can easily be fallen for, and Diana would just fuck everything she sees. Excuse me? That's what your kind does, doesn't it? Aren't Amazonians don't technically rape men when they are looking for mates? Batman tries to hold in his laugh, but he says he's got a point. Shut up, Bruce. Wait, he is... Shh. Right. I suppose we got a deal, but I have to defend myself. You, of course, and the children. Without killing. I can't promise that. That's the best you're gonna get out of him, Clark. But how much am I getting paid? Oh, not that much, like $24,000 a day. Hey? How is that not much? Meh. I thought I'd just give you an extra raise. Wait, who's owning UA? The Justice League is. You're not gonna turn it into some twisted, weird-looking place, are you? What? No, it's gonna look similar to the Wayne Manor. Wait, what? I said similar. I didn't say it's gonna have the same color texture. Oh. I suppose we're in. You okay with that? Yep. Ooh. Ooh. And okay, that's where I'll leave. That's it. That's been the one-shot episode of What If Deku Was Trained by Batman? Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. This has been Dunkel Dylan and the God of Chaos and the Minions. Bye bye. See ya.